Is a war about to brew in Compton? Was a green light really issued? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So a little while ago, I was DM'd a video, and then I brushed it off, like, man, whatever. And then I saw that Damian Porter did a video, and I didn't see the whole video. I just saw that it was the same topic, and I said, you know what? Let me just respond. It's just, I don't know what's in there, man. I really don't know what's in there. I don't know what people are thinking. But I heard a few minutes of Damian Porter's video, and supposedly a warning was given that there's a green light on all blacks, and it was the tortilla flats that issued the warning. That makes zero sense. Zero sense. And then that supposedly a car full of elderly black women was shot up by Raza. Do you know that that's against? Do you understand that that is horrible publicity for Raza to be doing shit like that? It's completely frowned upon. And whoever did that, if it was Raza, they will be dealt with by Raza for doing that. That is not condoned. So when I'm hearing this, I'm feeling like there's somebody behind this that is not Mexican. If the Raza was going to issue a green light, they would have moved on gang members. Why would they target people that aren't going to shoot back, that are not a threat to them? Why would they issue a warning? They're not going to do that. And not one barrio doesn't speak for all the barrios. Shit. The flats don't even get along with most of the barrios in Compton. How are they speaking for other barrios? Can people pull back for a minute and use their heads? Can people pull back, especially those that know how the Raza function, and be like, wait a minute, man. They don't allow that, targeting women and children. They don't target elderly. The Raza they're not okay with people who aren't gang members being targeted. It makes no sense. But what's going to happen is you're going to people are going to hear my video here, and they're going to be like, man, F what he's talking about. That's fine. But if you're not going to be the one on the front line, then please don't add your voice to this narrative, man. We need leadership. I don't speak for nobody. I'm a content creator. I'm not in them streets. I'm not running around shooting people up no more. I'm not out trying to kill people no more. I don't have a dog in this fight. But I can say that if people want to take this on and say, yeah, it's a race war, and take this back to the 90s, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get extremely ugly. And I'm telling you right now, I don't believe for a second that anybody issued anything if, one, there's a verbal out there, or I don't know, the thing that was posted, I don't even get what that was. My understanding, it was a black person that posted the warning, be safe. Like, this whole thing is wild to me. But the fact that a carload of elderly women was shot up, nah, that's not how it works. That's not how Raza work. I remember in the 90s when I was in New Folsom, and out there in Wilmington, a young black girl was shot in the back, supposedly by Raza. They got busted for it. And I remember clearly, I was in New Folsom when it happened. It was 95 or 96. I'm almost positive it was 1995. that there were some vatos from Weedma supposedly, and they were hunting for some East Side Pains. Didn't see them. They happened to be down the street, and they saw a young black girl, and one of the vatos fucking hung out the car, and he shot her in the back and killed her. And I remember the homies were on the yard talking about it. There wound up being a riot in the LA County Jail behind that, because I guess they were out there and they're watching TV, and it popped up on the news. And as soon as the blacks saw it, they got off on the raza, and there was a big riot, and it led to more and more riots happening. And I clearly remember the conversation that we were having on the yard on a level 4 180, New Folsom. The homies were like, why did the blacks do that? The homies were gonna whack the vato. Like, if a homie did that, he's not welcome. And that's a fact. Nobody's gonna be okay. No fucking raza, not one, is gonna be okay with anyone targeting women or children. Period. Doesn't matter what their race is, what their ethnicity is. They have nothing to do with anything. That's one. And two, it's horrible publicity. Horrible. It brings the huras out. Secondly, I don't know who was warned, who was told there's a green light. Like, this doesn't make any sense, man. Can people pull back? Can we get some people who actually can make decisions to move people around out there? Can they just can they talk? Not on here, not on no social media shit. They'll talk. But see, what's happening is you're going to have these dudes on the streets getting riled up because all these other videos are saying, oh, no, they're targeting blacks. And blacks are going to feel like, oh, well, we got to get off then. Especially those that don't know how the raza gets down. It just doesn't, it's so foreign to my way of thinking. Even if I put myself back in my old frame of mind, I would never, ever, ever think, hey, that's a good idea, Holmes. Let's whack them. For what? So that I can go to the county jail and get whacked? Go to the joint and get whacked? Oh, you're that stupid motherfucker that did that? Because that's exactly what's going to be said and exactly what's going to be done. Who puts out a green light and targets civilians? You're talking about raza are under politics that dictate what they can and can't do. You know, I hear the blacks talk about all the time, the Mexicans can't do this and they can't do that and they can't do this. Well, remember that. They can't target no women. They can't target children. And if somebody goes and some nut decides to do something on their own, believe that they get dealt with in-house and they get dealt with severely. I just see, lately with all the stuff, that's the hate that's been being spewed on social media. The fact that, I can make a video and say something and somebody else hears something entirely different. I see there's a lot of hatred out there. And all I'm saying is those of you that have that type of hate in your heart, make sure you're on the front line. Get off of social media. This is stupid, man. This don't make no sense. Not to anybody who is really out there. Not to anybody that really knows how things flow. What's expected and what's accepted. That's not accepted. That is never going to be acceptable. You don't get to go kill a woman. No matter what ethnicity, let alone a carload of them. I know I'm saying the same thing, but I'm blown away. I can't believe videos are being made that are saying that it's a possibility that it's ready, it's wartime, it's go time, it's time to make shit happen, it's time to defend. Defend what? How do we? Who shot the car up? Were they caught? I don't know. And maybe I got to do a follow-up video to this. Was the person caught? What did the person say? Who is this person? If somebody was caught and he was raza, guaranteed he's going to get touched in the county jail. If he didn't lock it up, he's going to get touched. I don't know, man. I've been saying for a year now that the world is upside down. The world is on its head right now. Things that are happening now, it's just like, this got to be the end of the world, right? People just don't, like, common sense is not that common anymore. People who actually know the ins and outs, have an understanding of what is acceptable and what is not, no longer understand what is acceptable and what's not, and what always has been, and that those rules don't change. Now all of a sudden it's just something different. I'm hoping that cooler heads prevail, man. I'm hoping that there's some people out there in Compton who are able to speak. And anybody thinking, oh, that's some pussy shit. Pussy shit, ain't no pussy shit. These are kids, man, that are going to be getting killed or incarcerated for the rest of their lives. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a black or a brown that's behind this, man. I don't know who's behind it, but I would not be surprised if it's someone in law enforcement, somebody in government, somebody who wants to see the powder keg explode. Because if it starts in Compton, it goes everywhere. And Compton has there's so many different gangs, so much guns, so much potential for violence. It's a perfect powder keg to ignite all of LA and spill all over Southern California. Like that, man. Who wins in that scenario? Who wins in that situation? Does it spill over into the prison system and then gets everybody slammed again? And if it does, do people not understand the type of bloodshed that will occur if something on the streets caused all them dudes, all the legends from all the different factions to get slammed down again? Do you think they're going to be okay with that? They're going to release the fucking dogs. Having them out on the main line gives them incentive to focus on their business and not focus on murder and mayhem. When you take them back off the main line and you put them back in the dungeon where all they do is have 24 hours a day to think of some heinous ass shit, they're going to be very upset at who they think put them back there. This shit can turn into something ugly, and I honestly do not believe it is what is being painted right now. But once shooting starts, all bets are off, man. So again, I'm hoping that cooler heads prevail. I wish everybody well, man. I don't care if you're black, brown, white, Asian, whatever, man. I hope everybody in Compton and everybody out there in them streets is going to be safe, man. Because this shit, I really have a feeling that my words are going to fall on deaf ears. The hatred is so strong right now that common sense just doesn't get through. The history, what is acceptable to the raza, what people know as being acceptable and not acceptable, is going to be forgotten out of hatred. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.